The MacBook Pro packs heat, but the real game changer isn't the speed. It's the thing they did not market well at all. And it's changing how I design, code, use Notion, grow my business, and get things done. When Apple released the new M4 MacBook Pro, they talked about the speed, Apple Intelligence, the chip, the performance, but they missed the real story here. So I'm gonna dive in why I love my brand new laptop, and I'm not necessarily a tech creator, though I love tech. I don't necessarily review all the laptops. This is my main machine, and I'm gonna tell you why. Alright, so I picked up this brand new 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M4 Pro chip, which is the middle chip. I did not get the Max chip. The reason is I'm a firm believer in buying in the middle, save and buy something sooner rather than buy the best and stay with it forever. Especially since Apple has us on this number game, just like the iPhone 15, 16, getting excited for the 17. Now we are talking about the same type of thing with their chips. Their chips now go M1, 2, 3, 4, and we're getting excited for M5. I upgrade my device every 2 years, so right before this, I had the M2 MacBook Air, but the M4 MacBook Air hasn't come out yet, and I saw this device and I really liked it. This is the M4 Pro with specific upgrades that I'm gonna walk you through right now that I honestly think is the sweet spot for performance and value. I boosted the chip to the 14-core CPU, 20-core GPU, and the 16-core neural engine, which is honestly wildly good. For memory, I'm a sucker for this, so I wanted to upgrade to the best. So I went for the 48GB unified memory. This helps when I have 300 tabs open, 20 Notion tabs open, I'm downloading files, doing everything on my computer, all at the same time. I learned a bit from my recent purchase before this, which was the Mac Studio just about a year ago. I made the mistake to only buy 512GB of storage, which works out because I use Dropbox and other ways of storing all my files, but now I'm always conscious of storage on my device. So on this MacBook Pro, I upgraded to the 1TB SSD. Honestly, these specs to me are perfect. Thankfully, Apple has mastered other core elements of this device, so I don't really have a lot of comments on it, and they haven't updated it, so it's basically what you know from before. The keyboard is phenomenal, and the engraving on the bottom is a really nice touch. The build of the laptop is super firm, and it feels really strong. It just feels sturdy. It comes with a black charging cable, which is really nice. The one thing that is really odd to me is how they did the thermal, breathability. I don't know what the right word is, but the gaps on both sides of the laptop to me just make it really dangerous in case you're at a coffee shop or something and a drink spills. There is no way of avoiding liquid getting into this device if it even gets close to liquid. So I'm gonna be extra careful with my device anywhere I go to make sure that no scent of liquid or moisture can bleed into these areas. Now, this computer comes with all the ports that I need plus more. It comes with 3 Thunderbolt 5 ports, HDMI, SD card slot, a headphone jack, and a MagSafe 3 port. Compared to previous models, the thermal management on this MacBook Pro is really impressive. Even under a heavy load, it stays relatively cool and quiet. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think this computer is great for 2 core reasons. The first one is going to be the chip. Since Apple released their first chip in 2020, they seem to really have gotten this dialed across their devices. I'm really curious why they jumped from the M2 to the M4 so fast, but they did. If you want to learn more about this too, I did watch a recent YouTube video, which I'll link down below, from a guy named Arthur who explains this. The comments are kind of wild. People are all everywhere about it. But basically the M3, he says, should have never really have been made. And technically it's kind of going from the M2 to the M4. Now let's quickly compare the Mac Mini to the MacBook Pro that we're talking about here. The brand new Mac Mini, if you spec it out to the same exact setup that I just walked you through, that I got, the price difference is only about $800 or $900. So you get a display, you get a nano texture display, you get battery, you get ports, you get a keyboard, you get a trackpad, all of that for $900. But here's the thing Apple didn't tell you. The real magic of this machine is not the chip or the performance. It's how everything works together, revolving around one core upgrade, specifically the display. The big win here is the nano texture display. Lots of people may think it's not a big deal or ask if they should get it. And I'd say with an emphatic yes, it's worth every penny. You don't need to be in the sun either, and that's how they marketed it, where if you're in the sun, it's great for that. I buy it just to use it because it's way better and it's calmer on the eyes. The display was poorly marketed as best for people outside, when in general, less glare is better for everyone who stares at screens. I did a quick Google search and this is what Gemini said. When it comes to laptop screens, common issues relate to glare and vision include eye strain, blurry vision, headaches, dry eyes, discomfort from the reflection on the screen. So they focused in on AI, when the reality, the big breakthrough was not AI. It was everything working together even better than before. When you add in the new screen experience, the nano texture, along with all the upgrades of the chip and the device working together, it's so fast. It's as if they took everything that was great about the previous MacBook and amplified it with the right screen, performance, battery life, display, everything they took to the next level. And now that you can use iPhone mirroring, everything works in harmony. It's a unified system, more unified than ever before. CPU, GPU, neural engine, memory, all working in perfect harmony. Honestly, no other computer compares. You could even see on their website, they barely mention the nano texture display, and it is a game changer. So it may be time for you to upgrade. And if you're thinking about upgrading, you might have a few questions like, should I get the 16-inch? Well, I had a 16-inch before, and I think it's great if it is your main device. For me, I use two devices, the Mac Studio plus my MacBook Pro, so I like to travel light with the 14-inch. And if you're considering, is it time for you to upgrade? Well, I would say if you have an M2, maybe not, but if you have an M1 or older, or an Intel chip, or Windows, it's time to upgrade. With that, thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, drop them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.